So I'm
Again,
not alone.
yeah, not a conspiracy person, but what the hell are we covering up here? I mean,
I know.
are we
There's
covering up a murder? Are we covering up bad police work? I mean, that's what I'm wondering. Like, did now, I've said this in the beginning on this case. Is this just one where at the beginning so many mistakes were made, and then we'll just cover this up here. Oh shit, we got to cover this up to cover that up. Oh crap, and it just keeps layering
yeah.
until we get to where we're at today, and they're so out of control. Nobody even knows what they're originally covering up.
Yeah, and we've talked about this with other cases as well, where in some instances you have departments that are just inherently corrupt and bad, which I
Hmm.
think is our case up in Boston with the Karen Reed
Yeah.
case. We see a lot of missteps with the department. There's a lot of ugliness going on there. And then you have other cases where I think we've had departments that have either by laziness, necessity of other investigations are more higher profile. We have limited bandwidth that just got lazy on a case. And so they didn't think it was a big deal. So they said, hey, we got an easy confession here. Let's just kind of roll with it. And then it just snowballs out of control.
Hmm.
I'd like to think that this is the case on this one because I don't like thinking that we have a lot of internal corruption going on. Maybe this was just a case of some lazy investigation early on. That's why we have missing tapes of interviews
Hmm.
and not accepting alternative and also taking an easy route with him because he's literally the only person they could even find in the location nearby. Maybe I just
And he
just doesn't
admitted
make
to
sense to me.
being there. He came to them to
I
help.
know
That
that
and that's the
and
other
that doesn't
part of
fit a
it.
profile either. None of
None
it
of it.
just none of it fits to say it's him. Now, again, not saying it is or isn't, but just it just doesn't fit anything we've ever seen.
I just end up wondering at some point of the bad police work here and the bad investigating work that did they dig their hole so deep and they pinned it on him so hard, and then maybe somewhere they realized, yeah, this doesn't we don't have a lot here, but we're already this far in and we've already damaged this human being as much as we have. He's going to sue the hell out of us if
Mhm.
he is free, and if we suddenly say now, whoops, we better damn well get him in prison and make him lose his mind. Otherwise, we're in deep trouble. Um, it's happened before, and then we've seen jurisdictions come back and then try to pin something on some. But I mean, it reminds me of the case out of Green Bay and Manitowoc, Wisconsin, somewhat the making a murderer with Steven Avery. He was in prison for a murder, was released, sued Manitowoc County, got a huge $1 million sum judgment, and then well, we don't want to pay that. Let's try and pin this other murder on him, and he's still in
Mhm.
prison for that one. And Manitowoc didn't have to pay. So I'm wondering if there's something like that going on here. Delphi's not a big area. If they're looking at this going, this is going to really damage us if he sues us. I'm wondering if that's part of the motivation here too for whatever the hell's going on. I mean, all just conjecture, but I'm trying
Yeah,
to
I
trying to
hate
connect
I hate
dots.
thinking it, but it feels that way, doesn't it?
There's
It
some
just
reason.
feels that way, and I don't like going on feelings, I like going on
Yeah.
data,
Yeah.
but again, the only optic that we have is the data points we get on the outside, not of the inside, but from the data points we're exposed to just through social media and news reports, the data that supports that's exactly what might be going on, but that's why we'll have to wait to see the trial.
Yeah.
Maybe prosecution has a lot of data points and evidence that'll make us go. And I completely own it when I'm off on stuff. I
Yeah.
get it. I'm hoping we're completely wrong. I'm hoping that this is a very clear case that there's a lot of reasons that we don't know of
Mhm.
because of the investigation. It was very thorough, very exhaustive, very complete, and at the end of the day, everyone says, "Yep, that was righteous."
Unfortunately, that's not this case.
What's the probability of from what our optic is right now?
Yeah, that
It's
didn't happen. That did there just there
eh,
wasn't an investigation that did very much of any of that.
yeah.
So no, I mean it will be fascinating. The trial set to begin here on the 14th, which is the week that this is airing. If you're hearing it now, so hopefully it does take place. And we'll have to see what happens in court. However, we can't see what's happening in court. There's no camera. There's no audio. You can't take notes. You can't live tweet. You have to like we're heading to old school basically, but a pen and a notepad, and there's a lot of good reporters that are in there,
Yeah.
including our own Bob Mata, who's a defense attorney. He's going to be on the ground all week,
Oh, wow, good.
and we're going to hear about this. We're going to find out what exactly is presented in court, um, And we'll see. Maybe there is something that will make all of our heads turn and go, "Oh, this is why they've been so sure about Richard Allen." I'm not holding my breath for it, but
I don't either.
I'm leaving the window open.
As always, I hope justice is done, and I hope the families that lost their children find peace.
Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to follow us wherever you download podcasts, and especially Apple Podcasts, where you can get advanced episode and premium content on our premium channel right there. Also, be sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss any breaking updates on the stories that matter to you most. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. Just search Hidden Killers Podcast with Tony Brueski, and you'll find us right there. Again, thanks for watching.